even though we do it online. So once again, good morning, SPP parents. For those of you who just joined this meeting,
Yes, good morning, sir.
To our first morning team meeting in this academic year. Thank you for sparing your time to join us to this online meeting. And as the name suggests, morning team meeting, feel free to sip in your own tea or coffee during this meeting, as I'm also doing that now. Hopefully, when this pandemic over, the idea is we can have a face-to-face meeting where we can enjoy the drinks together and talk about the school program, or if you have any questions about school program. That is the idea of this meeting. So yeah, the title of this morning team meeting suggests that we can talk about the school program in a more relaxed and flexible way with you. Besides these meetings, actually we have other regular meetings with different formats, such as Parents as Learners, where we facilitate you parents to know more about our program as if you were one of our students. Besides that, we also have three-way conference that we do 4 times a year, where you can discuss with your child, their teachers, and with their teachers about their progress, their individual progress. That's the idea of three-way conference. And we just did our first three-way conference this year, last week. Is everything okay, SPP?
Yeah,
Okay.
Felix
Hello.
tomorrow. Second.
Okay. Okay, let me continue then. Okay, for today's meeting, I'm not alone. I am accompanied by 4 of my closest that help running the secondary school on day-to-day basis. If you can see now from the screen, maybe camera can show him or her clearly, or this is static camera. I think this is static camera, yeah. First person or first staff, first member of the team, I would like to introduce your parents. Ibu Andini. Ibu Andini is our student welfare and student well-being. So again, like the title says, he deals with student welfare issue. Also, if you have any concern about student welfare issue, about your child's welfare issue, you can contact her. And Ibu Andini work with the homeroom teachers mostly, as in her closest team, and together with our career counselor and also our guidance counselor. That is Ibu Andini's closest team. The one who just arrived, if you could see from the screen, is Pak Felix, our vice principal of curriculum in high school. Now, when we talk about high school, we have a little bit different arrangement with the other national school. If you are familiar with the national school, what we mean by high school in secondary is mostly grade 11 and grade 12, because according to the curriculum that we are applying, at the high school, we implement diploma program, and diploma program starts in grade 11 and finish in grade 12. It's a 2-year program only. Beside Pak Felix, we also have Ibu Budi. Ibu Budi is the vice principal of curriculum in middle school. Again, we have a little different arrangement. Middle school implementing middle years program, and our middle years program starts from grade 7 and finish at grade 10. Beside Ibu Budi, the one who's not shown in the camera there is actually, we have Ibu Kania. Ibu Kania is the associate MYP coordinator, so pretty much like associate of middle school curriculum. So she assists Ibu Budi in running the program, particularly in curriculum. Beside those who are in that same camera, we also have Mrs. Thompson, Ibu Sharon Thompson, who is our academic coordinator, who oversees the implementation of the curriculum across the school, not only in secondary, but also PYP and ECE. And together with us also Ibu Aini, who holds the same position with Ibu Sharon. So all of us today try to give you information about secondary school program. And again, if you have any question, feel free to ask your question. If we can address your question right away, we will deliver it to you. But if it's not, you ask hard question, please give us some time to go back to our meeting, discuss it, and get back to you as soon as possible. Also, we plan to have this kind of meeting on weekly basis, so we can also address questions from the previous session. But especially for next week, we're going to do a special meeting for our Korean parents. Not only Korean parents, actually those who speak Korean. So Bapak Ibu, if we only speak English and Korean, we invite you to come to our meeting next week where we have a bilingual session, English and Korean. Okay, let's start. The forum will be mostly with the vice principal there. If you have any question, I'll direct your question to one of them, or to Ibu Sharon or Ibu Aini. But before I give the forum to them, I would like to share to you about our website. Our main website is, as you can see from the screen, is this, svp.sco.id. If you go to this website, there are several links that we find useful for you, both general information about SVP and also specific information about secondary school. I would like to show you the one about secondary school information. So if you go to the news and event icon there are several pages, and if you want to see specifically about secondary school, you can click secondary school information. And in this page, there are 3 links that can bring you to another pages. The first one is about our career counseling. All information about career counseling are placed there. And our career counselor, Mr. David Torres, is the one who organized and administer this website. The second website is that we have student and parent resource internal website. I believe Ibu Budi or Pak Felix will talk more about this website later on. And the last one is about middle and senior school website. So this website, pretty much like a collection of the news or article in the whole secondary school development. Now, because we have ManageBack, most of the information that we want you parents to get access, we place them on ManageBack. But the thing with ManageBack, you will only receive information for your child class, right? Sometimes you want to know what happened in different classes. And this website is dedicated to that need. So if you click this site, it will bring you to several news and articles. So we put a big information here, or big news here that we think all parents should know. We also place sample of students' work in each department. Yeah. So, for example, here design in grade 8. This is what grade 8 students are doing. These are the sample of their work. Yeah. So all lessons, all subject has their own sites. I would recommend you to go to this site on daily basis to see what's going on in secondary, and perhaps your child work is one of the work that we highlight in this website to showcase what the student is doing in the secondary school division. And beside the news, we also have information about competition. Ibu Selina, if you know her, this year we have a special person who deals with competition and ECA, and she will administer this. For example, this site, have a look. Ibu Selina just updated the site, this page. She informed us about the current competition that she offered to all students if your child is interested to join. So she is like the facilitator or the organizer of all the competition. Of course, she will work hand in hand with the teachers, the relevant teachers, but she's the one who facilitates everything regarding to competition and ECA. But unfortunately, due to this pandemic, maybe you also aware that for ECA we are unable to offer as many ECAs as we used to, but we do our best to still offer some that we think still can work during this online system. So yes, please have a look and go visit this website because our teachers put quite a big effort in updating this site on daily, monthly basis. So I think it will be a great information for you parents also to know what happened in secondary school. Are there any questions at this point, parents? Okay, let's go to Ibu Francisca. Would you like to ask question?
No,
Okay.
maybe later. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Then let's move on to the vice principals there in the library. Who will start first? Ibu
Oh,
Budi or Pak Felix?
yeah, thank you, Pak Henry, for the opportunity. Good morning, parents. How are you? I hope everyone is in a good condition today, and thank you once again for attending the session. Then I think I will start with I will follow up Pak Henry's explanation information regarding our website. So yes, Pak Henry mentioned there are 3 things in our secondary website. I would like to share with you the first one, which is the parent sources. So what you can find in parent sources? Okay, there are several information regarding the curriculum as well. So what I would like to share with you this morning is our continuum curriculum from MYP to DP. You can find our subject overview in parent sources. Hold on, 4-minute connection. Yeah. Okay. The second section, yes, student and parent source internal website. When you click there, and then you can go to MYP section, MYP and DP section. Okay. And then you can find the subject overview at the top. Okay. So in the subject overview, you can click that, and then it will lead you to information regarding the subject continuum from grade 7 to grade 12. Probably Bukania can click. Yeah, so we have all of the subjects related science, mathematics, all subject that we teach in SVP from grade 7 to grade 12. The informations are there. Okay, so by then you can see what your students will get in a certain level. And that's about our curriculum continuum from 7 to 12. And then now I'd also like to update you about what happened in MYP. Later, Pak Felix will update you what happened in DP. Now I'll update you what happened in MYP in all subjects. You can go to secondary website, and this time go to secondary school news. Okay. First, it's about our counseling program. We call it CLAP. What is CLAP? Okay. CLAP is career and life achievement advancement program. It is designed by our counselor, Mr. Torres. This is also how we prepare our students for their future study. So as you can see on the screen, how we scaffold our students to prepare our students for their future study later on. In grade 7, the aim is understanding themselves first. So 7 and 8 is to prepare to know more about themselves. Okay. While grade 9 and 10 is equip them with the skills. Okay. To investigate. It's time for them to investigate what they want to be in the future. Okay. While grade 11 and 12 is to planning and then to transition for their university life. So that's what's happened in all level. Career counseling, not only in grade 11 and 12, but we started from grade 7. You can find further about our counseling program in the website as well. This is the first website that Pak Henry showed this morning. We have a specific SVP career counseling website. Then you can find a lot of information about our counseling activity, about not only about university, university in the country or overseas, everything is there. How to get the scholarship, what scholarship offered, and how to register, what to prepare, everything is there. That's about the counseling program. Now, what's used in our subjects? What happened in our subjects? Okay. Now, we also have a lot of activities. Even though during pandemic, we still want the students to get the benefit of the learning. We can see from the design subject, for example, you can click design, and then you can see there, even though they study, they do online study, online learning, but the activity keeps going on, running. So we send home the sewing kits, and then the teacher teaches them how to sew, and then manually. But then if the students have sewing machine and then they have the skill, then also they can use the machine at home. So we also adapt the activity during this pandemic. Like this is the product that the grade 8 made. So they design mask, they can use it, and then they design based on the client's need, okay, because they also need to find client. So the learning happen as usual, like the expectation is still the same, but we just modify a bit and adjust it a bit so that students can do it more independently at home. Okay, and this is, you can see there, that's what the students do. That's the design by the students, and then on the right, that's the final product by the students. That's so interesting, so so meaningful, because they also can use the mask that they made themselves. Yeah, that's what happened in design in grade 8. Another interesting happened in grade 8 is in INS. Okay, this time INS has collaboration with science, and they did campaign about environment. Okay, if you can see, that's the website, that's the news. Okay, so they want to fight climate change now or never, they said. So they did investigation, and then they collaborate with the science subject in science, and then they did campaign, and they take it as their service as action. So they invite people, they campaign, they do some activities at home. Some did it with invite some neighbors to do the same thing with them, like kerja bakti, but they still keep the distance. And then some of them campaign through their social media, to reduce plastic, for example. And then a week before the term break, they share the result of their campaign, and it's interesting, very interesting. You can see there that the screenshot of our presentation, of the students' presentation, reporting the result of their campaign. You can see more detail about this in our Service as Action website as well. Now, what makes it more interesting is that everything is designed by our student. So from the campaign, from the campaign, and then the reporting, and then the presentation, everything designed by the student in this pandemic era. So they work from home, they did collaboration, they communicate, and they made it. It was a successful campaign, and it also was a successful presentation. We're so proud of them. Okay, that's the what I said. That's a service website. Yeah, you can click there in our secondary school news. Once you click it, and then it will lead you to our Service as Action website. If you can see in the homepage, that's picture of our alumni, one of our alumni. He also did a Service Action, but he did it in different town. He did it in Jogja, in Jogja at that time when he was in grade 12. So at that time, grade 12 building, water pump ya Pak ya? Water pump in the village, yeah. But that's long time ago. That's what's in the home picture. So the detail of the activity of service is there in the website. That's one click away, okay. And then you also can find there grade 9 meets Jauh Jadi Dekat. If you notice, Jauh Jadi Dekat is a what is it? It's a community built by our alumni during this pandemic era as well. So they collect some money, they do fundraising to help people around us. And then last time they came to school, but they came and they become our speaker to motivate our grade 9 students to do their independent service as well. Because as you know, parents, service is one of the requirement in IB. Okay, not only in MYP, but in IB curriculum. So in MYP and DP, it is a core requirement. So the students are expected to do it as the extension of their learning. That's about service. There are also a lot more that you can update, that you can get from our website regarding our subject. Let's say mathematics. Okay, we can go to mathematics. Yeah, in mathematics section, you also can find information about the assessment, about the students' activity, how the students do the assessment, the type of assessment, and then the learning, what the students learn, and how they learn in the classroom. Okay, and you also can find some samples of the students' work as well. Yeah, that's in mathematics. Not less interesting is in bahasa. Okay. Yeah, bahasa. We also have some activities in bahasa, and what is it? The most updated one will have literacy week in short time next week. So we will have some activities regarding literacy, which involve our librarian as well, involve all of the students. Even though we have online learning, but what makes it interesting is that the students also organize it. So it's not only teacher organized, but the students organize. So all languages will participate in this activity: Mandarin, English, and Bahasa Indonesia. Okay, and then what else do we have there? Maybe we can go to arts. Nah, arts. So in arts, we had IDU, Arts and Bahasa Indonesia, in grade 10. So what is IDU? Actually, IDU is the interdisciplinary activity, interdisciplinary subject. So two two subjects work together, combined together into one unit. Okay, and that time Bahasa Indonesia and Visual Art had the IDU, and then they learn about biography, and then from Visual Art they did the painting about the person. You can see that's the painting created by the students. And from music, they also they had performance. They had performance, and then they performed the person of the artist a piece of artwork. As you may aware that in grade 10, Bapak Ibu, we stream the art subject. So the students they choose the subject that they want to focus on. So starting grade 9, they do it. So they either they want to focus on, they want to study visual art or music. Okay, and this is grade 10. That's the product of our visual art students. All right, English, probably bukannya. Maybe we can go to English. Okay, English is also interesting. Last time we had service learning as well. Probably bukannya, you can play one of the video. Is it doable? Yeah, we had service learning.
These pictures depict women throughout history, but they hold separate lives from the rest of society. You've probably never heard of their stories just because they're nannies. Okay, so what do we actually know about these nannies? More specifically, Indonesian nannies. In the 1990s, the number alone was 168,315 domestic workers. Jump into the future and we can see that the number is now approximately 4.2 million lives. However, from the millions of lives, this documentary will only be centered around them. 3 generations, 3 stories, 3 nannies.
Nama saya Siti.
Namanya Irma Yunita.
Nama?
Iya.
Ibu Kati. Umur 17 tahun.
Umurnya 26 tahun.
Umur 52. Pekerjaan mengasuh.
Membantu aja.
Kerjaan asisten rumah tangga. Baru 3 bulan.
Kayaknya 15 dari 2007.
10 tahun.
But why are most of them still underpaid? According to the Indonesian National Network of Domestic Workers Advocacy, or simply the Jala PRT, the average nanny receives wages 20 to 30% under the Indonesian minimum wage. Their wages ranges from 500 to 800,000 rupiah as opposed to the 3 million rupiah minimum wage. The salaries reflect on how the Indonesian employment system treats our hard-working nannies.
Mengapa Anda memilih untuk menjadi pekerja rumah tangga?
Karena ada keluarga.
Okay.
Karena butuh.
Okay. So Bapak Ibu, does look so simple, but actually it is not, because by working on that assignment, by doing that activity, actually students use a lot of their skill that they learn, not only in the specific subject, but in almost all subjects. They did collaboration, and we should remember that they did it online, okay? They did collaboration, they did interview, so they did research. Whatever they put there, it should be based on data, okay? And they have aim in this activity. Since it was also service learning, part of service learning, so they also want us as people who use this nanny service to respect them as person, as human, as people. Okay, and it's so, for me myself, it's so amazing that students in grade 9, in grade 8 could do that. Okay.
To raise awareness, Ibu. To raise awareness.
Yeah, to raise awareness. Okay, so the aim was to raise awareness because Ibu Sharon was the teacher, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Bu Sharon, for adding the information. Yeah, that's so interesting. That's what happened. In grade 7, the students also did their service learning, even though it's simpler than grade 8 and 9, but they started, okay? Yeah, we have to admit that the result was not as, you know, as how to say, as good as grade 8 and 9, because we really understand this is something really new for them. They have a lot of things to adjust to, but in this time they still can do service. That's good. So they wrote letter to the authority at that time to give some suggestion regarding this pandemic thing. Okay, but we couldn't meet all of the expectation that all of students achieve the same thing, because yeah, grade 7 they still need some adjustment. We understand that, but this activity will keep on going and going and going, and then will be carried on until they in grade 11 and 12 in their CAS activity.
But still, Ibu Budi, they're trying to make the world a better place. That's what we want. We want them to be thinking, how can I make my world a better place?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I think more or less that's what I can update from now, and then I will keep update you every meeting what we have in MYP. And meanwhile, you also can spend your time to explore the website, because there are a lot of information. You also should know what your kids learning, and you should be proud of your what your kids are doing. I think that's all from MYP, Pak. Maybe Pak Felix can add something, or Bu Andini want to add from the welfare first?
Yeah, we can continue with DP, it's okay. Okay, right, so let's have a look for a minute. Okay, Ibu Kania, maybe can you help me open the website for the diploma program? Okay, good morning, parents. So just now the part from Ibu Budi is explaining about the MYP. So I would like to share as well information regarding diploma program. So basically, it's still the same website that Ibu Budi and Ibu Kania just shared just now. So DP diploma program activities also in their website, but the main website is actually Ibu Kania, can you open the student and parent resource website, the one that has MYP and DP resources, please? So inside of the student and parent resource website, we DP teachers have worked really hard to upload all the documents necessary for the students and the parents to know. So please do visit the website. You can also know what actually the students learn. The syllabus is there for each specific subject. So if you go to the diploma program, there's one part for diploma program, Ibu Kania. On the left side. Okay. So as you can see, we have a specific section for diploma program. Everything complete there, including the 3 core subjects, which is about CAS, creativity, activity, and service, which is the continuation from service learning from the MYP actually. So in the MYP, students have practice on how to have the service learning, service actions. That's actually one part of this CAS in DP. In DP, they need to do 3 projects, 3 assignments, 3 tasks, so, which is about creativity, activity, and service. Now, I will have more detail about this section in the DP introduction later on in November. We will send information and letter for this session, so that all the parents for grade, specifically for grade 9 and 10, knows more about DP, because most of the grade 9 and 10 students, they are actually already looking at their future path, where they are going, and which subject that they are going to choose later on in IB diploma program. So there are complete information there. regarding extended essay, regarding theory of knowledge, and all the subject that we actually offer in IB diploma program for grade 11 and 12. There are also even the informations regarding the SPP diploma. There are also tips and tricks how they could survive in DP. There are also even what you call informations regarding examination schedule, information regarding the examination fees. So everything complete there, and we are always try to keep update with the current news from the IB. So please do visit this website as it has a lot of informations. Not only you, but your children also can visit this website if they would like to get more information regarding the subjects. Yeah. So the grade, for example, the grade 8 or grade 9 students, they would like to see the subject. Oh, what am I going to study later on in grade 11 and 12 DP? So basically, they can have a look at this content. And as you know that IB diploma program is very demanding, it's very rigorous. So the content itself, I could say, is like the first year university material. So they could just have a look at the content first, take a glance of it, while they have the later on they will have also the introduction section with me, with all the DP teachers around as well. So they could ask straight away directly to the subject teachers, to the DP teachers on what the subject about. So this website showing the detailed informations of it. Other than that, also, as Pak Henry has mentioned before, Mr. Torres also always updating on the career guidance counselor. Yeah, and Mr. Torres also always have a session regarding information for university. And we always invite the students every Thursday, every time we have like information session. Normally, Mr. Torres will try to have a session on Thursday between 1 to 2 p.m. Yeah, any university information session. So if the student would like to know regarding the university, they should join that. And it's always open invitations. So please, you can check with the students as well, with your children as well, regarding whether they have information, any university information session, which one that they are interested with. Yeah, so they could join with the session from Mr. Torres. So basically, those are actually a little bit update from DP, which actually the one that we would like parents and students to focus at right now is actually the students and parents resource website, because a lot of informations or a lot of feedback that we got previously that parents and students did not get enough information regarding diploma program. Now with this website, all the resources are there, all the information are there, and it's always updated.
Right. Thank you, Pak Felix. Before we move to Ibu Andini, parents, if you have any questions, feel free to post your question here. Of course, you need to turn on your mic, and if you can turn on your camera, that would be great too, so we can know you, get to know you more. So, Ibu Andini, Ibu Budi and Pak Felix just now shared to us about updates in middle years program and diploma program. Feel free to ask any questions, not only about the websites or the updates they inform us just now, but if you have any other question in regard to diploma program or middle years program in general. So we'll do our best to address that question. But just like students, if you feel a bit shy to ask your question with mic and camera on, feel free to post your question in the chat box, and we'll do our best to address that as well. All right.
One more additions, Pak Henry, that we will release the assessment calendar starting on Monday, 12 October. So the assessment calendar is actually containing for the grade 7 to 12 summative schedule in the calendar. So students can better prepare themselves in the summative examinations that the actually teachers has planned. So this is actually, we will try to share this assessment calendar per term. So starting next Monday, we will update this assessment calendar with parents and students as well.
Yeah. And speaking about assessment calendar, Pak Felix, maybe you can share about how precise will it be later on in the implementation?
What is it?
How
Sorry?
precise? Yeah, it's still, there is also a possibility that the date is changed. But of course, when we change things, because it is predicted, okay, this is a predicted date, but things might happen in the middle. So when there is some changes, then information will be given through management. So that's a predicted date for our summative. But somehow, Bapak Ibu, this is not a replacement of management. Please again go back to the management for the actual date. But if there is some changes, then the change won't be, like passing 2 weeks or 3 weeks before or after. So it's just few days.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, there's just because of some of the teachers, maybe when they teach certain topics, they the students can cope up really well with the chapters, and then they finish faster. So when they finish faster, of course, maybe they will move it forward a little bit. So probably a week forward, or if they have if they are moving a little bit in slower pace in the class, then maybe they will extend it or delay it for another week or two.
right. Okay, thank you, Pak Felix, Ibu Budi. Are there any questions, parents? Okay, while waiting, how about we move to Ibu Andini first? Do you have any updates you would like to share, Ibu Andini, to our parents about student welfare?
Yeah, thank you, Pak Henry. Good morning, parents. I do believe that right now, all of the parents, not only act as the parents, but also accompanying students at home to help them study. So the first month after we start the academic year, we send a survey to all of the students to know their current conditions, to get their opinion regarding the study, this online learning process. And then we got so many inputs from the students, and then most of the students said that yes, they are lonely, that's what they miss from the school, that they no longer able to see their friends face to face, teachers face to face. And then the other things that they also find that this online learning impacting their time management, their body clock, and things like that. So how do we help the students after receiving the survey? There are two direct approach that we did right away. But before I open it, maybe later on, Ibu Kania, can you prepare the managed back from parents' perspective, from orang tua murid? Yeah. Meanwhile, I will take over the screen to present another topic. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The first thing that knowing students have a difficulties in managing their own task, time, and then other things, and then they also feel like I'm a bit having a distance with my friends, and then I feel mentally depressed because I feel lonely and things like that. So we approach them through the social emotional learning sessions. Once a week, every Monday, as they start the week, we always started with the social emotional learning, and we all adjust all of the topic to fit with this online learning time. Some of the topic, for example, like in the grade 8, we're talking about how we're balancing our life and how we can use the social media, the online, the digital platform to support us in the positive way, to support our learning, to support our interaction with our friends, all in a positive way. Getting more information from the survey result, we know that they also need time to talk with their friends. When will they have that? Because they have it during the during subject, they will have a learning process and things like that. So we modified the cell schedule. Instead of having always cell in the morning on Monday, we schedule what do you call it? We replace 2 weeks of the self with the homeroom time. So in the homeroom time, there is no specific topic to be discussed. It will be just how the homeroom teachers will guide the students to discuss about their week, their weekend, their days, and then sharing one another. Maybe there will be one student who would like to bring up one topic of discussion and things like that. Last time when we have combined blended learning, we also try to accommodate those who's coming to school to have some activities. However, we're no longer able to do that. So we keep maximizing this homeroom time every Monday to make sure that the students can still interact with their friends, not in related with subjects, not in studying subjects in MYP or even in DB, in a very informal way. So that's how we accommodate that from the survey result. The other questions coming from mostly from parents is about nowadays how can I help my kids to support their learning? If before there's a website that's always updated, what about the ongoing learning? How can they get involved in the ongoing learning of the students? So I do hope that parents are familiar enough with the managed back features. Are you ready, Bukania, to share the managed back? Okay.
Stop sharing.
Okay, I will stop sharing.
Yeah, then you go back please.
Yeah, go back. Okay, so in here, can you go to timetable right away? So in managed back feature later on, you can look at the time. Yeah, yes. Timetable. That's where you can see the attendance of your son or daughter. So green means that they are present, red means that they are absent, and then gray means that the days haven't been done, and then there's no attendance check happened there. So we would like to inform you again the information that we sent at the beginning of academic year, the way we do the attendance check, which is the students need to activate their camera and then do a verbal or written communication with teachers. So teachers normally call their name or ask some questions to see their participation in class. If there is no participation like what expected, then the teachers may assume that the students were actually not there. So the students will be marked absent. So if you said that, if you look at it in here, like, why there are so many red ticks in here? I saw you actually have joining the class, and then, but why your teachers mark you absent? So that's things that you can communicate with us. So we can investigate furthermore what support that we can give to your child, so that they can actively participate, they can enjoy the learning. I know that this online learning is difficult for everyone, not only for our our students, but also adults, teachers, parents, everything is difficult. That's why we need to provide support for all of them, but we need to know as well what is actually the problem of them not able to cope up with that. So in here, that's how you can see it. And then what if I want to email the teachers? How do I know who are the teachers? So right there, you can see the envelope structures. Can you zoom a bit, Ibu? Okay. Oh, sorry. So you can just see the names of the teachers there, and then you can click email. Thank you, Bukania. And then you will directly lead to the email, what do you call it? Platform, email address, where you can email these teachers right away. And then what if you would like to say that, my kids actually cannot attend because suddenly he got a stomach ache, or suddenly he got a fever. It's a sudden thing that happened during the class time, during the day. So you can click the submit excusal right away there. And then the teachers and the following teachers will also get the direct information. So managed back is all of our way in communicating. We have this morning tea time once a week, but it will be great if parents can also look at the managed back to update themselves with the progress of our students. And then if this still confusing for all of you, I'll share the link of the YouTube videos in the chat room. This link is a video about how to submit an attendance excusal. So for example, Ibu, actually my kid is not absent that time, but actually she's sick, she's not feeling well. But I don't know how to communicate with school. So there's a video there about how to submit attendance excusal beside the strategy that I mentioned just now. You can also watch the video anytime you would like to submit the attendance excusal with the students.
Maybe responding to question first, Ibu, regarding the academic calendar will be emailed or we can see in the web.
Okay, so maybe back again first, and then after that we answer the question.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
Okay. So so far that's all the content that I got from parents, from students, and the last what I would like to share is we have our school counselor, Ibu Evelyn, is always ready to support not only students but also parents. You can email Ibu Evelyn right away in evelyn@svp.sch.id, and also you can also email me right away in andini@svp.sch.id. I will respond to you. Any support that you need, please let us know. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Bu Andini. Bu Budi, you said there was a questions about calendar.
There is question from Ibu Ira. Ibu Ira said she wants to ask question. Ibu Ira, please, your question.
Ya, selamat pagi Bapak dan Ibu guru dan semua partisipan dari orang tua murid di sini. Mungkin pertanyaan saya lebih ke yang sebelumnya ya, Ibu Budi, nggak apa-apa ya?
Oh, nggak apa-apa, silakan.
Nggak apa-apa ya. Ya, sebelumnya saya mengucapkan terima kasih buat sekolah ya yang sudah menyiapkan websitenya yang luar biasa lengkap ya informasinya gitu ya, banyak pilihan yang bisa orang tua murid pakai. Dan pasti sangat membantu banget gitu ya kami dalam mengawasi atau memonitor anak-anak kami gitu ya. Cuman kadang-kadang ya sometimes gitu, ini saya mewakili diri saya sendiri ya Bu Budi ya. Kadang kalau misalnya lagi sibuk gitu ya, itu kan menu banyak banget ya tadi ya. Ini saya bicara dengan yang MYP ya, karena kan anak saya kebetulan di grade 7 gitu ya. Lupakan yang sudah lulus gitu ya. Ini saya kembali lagi harus belajar gitu dengan website yang baru ini. Kadang kalau misalnya lagi sibuk kan mungkin nggak sempat ya ngecek satu-satu menu-menu yang ada di pilihan informasi yang ada itu kan begitu banyak banget ya Bu Budi ya. Bisa minta tolong saran aja gitu guidance buat saya. Minimum itu ngecek yang bagian apa sih Bu gitu. Minimum misalnya oh setiap hari itu begini Bu, minimum yang harus dicek tuh bagian ini nih gitu supaya nggak ketinggalan gitu Bu, karena untuk menu yang segitu banyak terus terang saya bingung gitu ya gimana yang mana gitu ya, guidance aja sarannya bagaimana gitu, minimum rutin setiap hari saya mesti ngecek bagian ini nih gitu, terlepas dari kalau misalnya saya pengen tahu lebih lanjut, nah itu saya mungkin harus menyediakan waktu untuk ngeklik satu-satu ya Bu ya, seperti tadi arahan tadi. Thank you Ibu Budi.
Sip, thank you Bu Ira. Well, this is a very good question. Minimum yang pokoknya nggak boleh dilewatin. Sebenarnya cuma satu Bu. Yang nggak boleh dilewatin itu cuma satu adalah manage back. Itu paling minimum sekali. That's minimum requirement deh.
Iya, yang minimum deh itu banyak banget pilihannya.
Ini kalau sudah graduate dari manage back, kalau sudah lulus dari manage back, silahkan ke website ini, gitu. Tapi kalau manage back-nya belum lulus, saya sarankan manage back lulusin dulu, gitu. Why I said manage back? Because actually manage back itu one stop shopping lah ya, gitu. So apa aja ada di manage back, gitu. Apa aja ada di manage back? Karena kan what is more important for us adalah kita bisa memonitor anak kita tuh sedang apa, gitu kan? Sedang apa, sedang belajar apa, dan bagaimana progresnya dia, dan itu semua ada di manage back. And another thing, manage back is linked to your school email.
Yes.
Suggestion, please synchronize your school email to your handphone, so it's become very handy. Because if we send anything, any message, the notification will pop up to your school email account. And this is also very important not to share your school email password with your child. Knowing bahwa tadi kan ada submitting attendance excusal juga dari Management, ya kan, dari email. Melihat apapun dari email Bapak Ibu. So it is very important to your child, karena nanti bisa secara tidak sengaja terjadi hal-hal yang tidak kita inginkan. Submit sendiri tadi submit nggak dari orang anak sendiri itu, that's something that we don't want to happen. So itu your
in addition, some parents are not really familiar with on your name in the chat room. So later on we can
yes, because Management is the minimum requirement. So if you need help from us, you're not familiar how to operate Management, please let us know. Okay. You can also put your name in the chat box, and we can approach you. Or maybe if you can, let's say, 7 parents. Then you can put your friends in grade 7, and then okay, 5 group of parents, 5 parents, session. Then we will provide you the time to guide you how to mobile phone, to your device. Yeah, so that's also doable. Okay, so does it answer your question, Bu Ira?
Jadi bisa saya tarik kesimpulan, minimum dari email yang link dengan Management itu sudah cukup ya Bu ya, sudah cukup untuk mengikuti aktivitas atau update untuk anak-anak kami gitu ya Bu?
Ya, Management cukup, nanti kan dimasukkan ke dalam email, kalau sudah email nanti diklik akan masuk ke Management lagi. Jadi Management, menguasai Management itu minimum requirement, benar Ibu Ira?
However, the Management information yang terkirim di email itu hanya Ibu, kalau hanya mengandalkan
Maaf Ibu Andini, suaranya agak jauh, kurang begitu clear
ya. Itu yang masuk ke email.
Hanya kalau dikirim misalnya punya ingin mengingatkan sesuatu tentang yang sudah outstanding seperti itu, dia akan kirim message notify parents. Nah itu baru ke email Bu. Tapi sisanya yang lain tidak akan kirim ke email kalau guru tidak mengirimkannya kepada orang tua. Jadi kembali kita tetap harus kembali akses Management. Oleh sebab itu silakan, kami siap menyiapkan sesi untuk guidance parents for accessing Management.
Ya, betul.
If I may highlight what Ibu Andini said just now, there are several information will be sent to you, parents, through your school emails, but there are some regular information that is kept in the Management, and parents needs to log in, because we understand that maybe some parents would not like some regular information to be put in the school emails, because then your school email will be swarmed with so many attendance for every subject, right? There will be like a 10 attendance email will be in your inbox later on. So those kind of information, the regular information, if you want to know, you can log in. But for, of course, like urgent information, because the teachers has these features that if they would like parents to receive this information directly to their emails. Right. So I hope it answered your question, Ibu Ira.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. We have two questions. Maybe one of you guys in the library can quickly answer it. Number one, where do parents get school calendars information? Is this available in the website or somewhere?
Yeah, by 12 October, Bapak, it will be on our website, and of course, we will inform the parents that it's accessible through our website.
Right. So currently, it's not in the website, Ibu, but we will do it soon. Both the assessment calendar and the school calendar in general in the the general calendar will be in the svp.sca.id, while the assessment calendar we will post it in the secondary school information calendar. Okay. Thank you for asking the questions. Second question, Pak Felix, maybe you can help answer this. From Rekian parents, he asked about the EE and IA, if it has to be done in the laboratory. Do we have that policy already for that? And what about the final exam for IBDP later on, if this, online learning is prolonged?
Ya, pertanyaan dari Ibu Sinta ya. Oke, Ibu Sinta, prosedur mengenai penggunaan science lab itu sudah diberitahukan, sudah diinformasikan pada. Mohon dicek informasinya. Sekolah juga sudah mengirimkan informasinya melalui email. Ya, bagi anak-anak yang memang membutuhkan harus mengikuti sesuai prosedur tersebut.
Oke, Pak.
Jika memang prosedurnya sudah diikuti, ya rapid test sudah lengkap, mungkin pasti tentunya bisa ya menggunakan untuk science lab kita. Nah, mengenai final exam IBDP ke depannya, final exam IBDP itu sebenarnya sudah ada perubahan. Kita sudah informasikan kepada guru-guru ya untuk yang bulan Mei 2021 ini ya, perubahannya hanya untuk bulan Mei 2021 karena untuk yang berikutnya kita masih belum tahu, itu tergantung dari situasi dari pandemik COVID tersebut. Nah, untuk yang Mei 2021 itu sudah ada perubahan, guru-guru sudah diinformasikan, murid-murid juga sudah diinformasikan ya, dan kami juga akan upload ke website ya, di mana orang tua juga bisa melihat, download dan melihat perubahannya. Untuk penilaian IA, porsinya memang dari IB sendiri, IB Diploma Program sendiri, untuk penilaian IA sendiri itu semua rata-rata 20%. Ya, jadi porsinya masih sama, 20% untuk IA, 80% untuk EA. Ya, EA itu external assessment, di mana ujian tertulis nantinya di bulan Mei hanya satu kali saja di kelas 12 akhir, dan itu materi ujian selama 2 tahun program IB Diploma Program.
Pak, pertanyaannya siapa yang menilai IA itu? Apakah guru atau IDO?
Ya,
yang menilai IA itu sendiri, apakah guru atau dari IB-nya?
Oke, untuk IA sendiri, itu kita ada 2 tahap ya Bu ya. Untuk internal assessment tersebut, yang pastinya guru kami harus menilai. Guru kami harus menilai dan memberikan namanya predicted grade. Dan itu diserahkan ke IB. Diserahkan ke IB-nya dan akan dimoderasi oleh IB-nya. Jadi IB punya external examiner sendiri yang dimana IB akan memoderasi nilai yang sudah diberikan oleh guru. Apakah nilai tersebut sudah pas dan sesuai dengan kriteria tugas IA dari si anak tersebut, atau mungkin memang guru tersebut terlalu baik, atau mungkin guru tersebut terlalu sedikit keras terhadap anak ini, maka IB akan mengejar nilai tersebut. Ya, jadi ujung-ujungnya kita lihat semua nilai itu dari IB.
Yeah.
Oke, Pak Felix.
Thank you.
Berarti nggak ada perubahan dengan tahun sebelumnya ya, Pak ya?
Tidak ada, sama dari tahun sebelumnya, sama sesuai prosedurnya, Bu.
Oke,
Tidak ada.
Baik, Pak.
Okay. Thank you. Here from my screen is Ibu Rekian, Rekian's parents. It's actually Ibu Sinta, correct?
Iya, Pak Henry.
Thank you, Ibu Sinta. I hope Felix's explanation answers your questions. Parents, unfortunately, we have to end this session. We have spent 1 hour. It was a productive session, I can tell, for our first meeting today. But don't worry, if you have any question, you haven't had any chance to pose that question, you can always contact us through email, send your question through email, and we try to address your question on our morning team meeting next week. So please stay tuned every week to our morning team meeting today, because we will do it every week. Thank you for SVP team and Ms. Ibu Seren and Ibu Aini who also contribute to this. Again, we have to end the session, but always feel free to address your question, if any. Okay, once again, thank you very much and see you in the next meeting. Bye, everyone.